We're talking about the thing that Noah wanted to make the video about, which is...
We just saw Overlord. Interesting movie.
As a few zombies players here. Not a great zombies movie, but gotta say.
Imagine putting World War II into your life after that trap.
Anyway, what we're talking about today is we're talking about how zombies can improve the end game and basically like our suggestions for keeping people interested after they've gone through and they've played the maps a few times and beaten the Easter egg. Because at the moment,
Endgame wise.
nothing to do. Endgame's a little bit of a question mark. And for me, I think the first thing that would be on my wish list is some sort of way that in custom mutations to do the egg.
Yep.
Because right now there's nothing, and I think it'd be fair to like have a requirement, like you have to beat the Easter egg normally first, and you have to actually
That's it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. So
that's what we suggested, right?
Yeah,
to Jason.
Yeah.
We've
at
said that
the
multiple times.
Review event for the game. Literally, all of us were like, "Hey, it'd be really cool if we could do mutations and do the eggs." Because I mean, otherwise, what's the point in mutations? You basically gut the experience for no reason.
At least the potential of it's not there. Now, like, there's so much potential of it with the Easter egg, and not having that is kind of like it's not used as it should be.
Some of the Easter eggs you literally can't do if you turn on like
so
you want Warden's only.
Yeah.
That you can't do the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, like stuff like that.
Because ultimately, if you've beaten the Easter egg and you've unlocked this, and it says, if it gives you a splash screen saying you specifically can prevent yourself from doing the egg by turning off elemental zombies or whatever, it doesn't have to be specific, but as long as it does that, then it's on us if we can't do the egg.
Right, you're kind of breaking the game anyways with custom mutations, right?
The second thing, because two twos in the chat, because the second thing is just make zombies into Destiny 2 Forsaken.
So we've been kind of talking about this and like adding on our own ideas, but in my opinion, JC's already getting warmed up. The Halo is
You might have to bring up Halo within the first 2 minutes.
It's already happened. No.
What I think we want, and we've kind of been talking about this a lot when we've been hanging out, is basically a system in zombies, whether it be just killing zombies normally, whether it be completing the Easter egg, is some sort of loot drop random roll.
Loot rolls.
That is not only beneficial to your game, but also is worth going for. Because right now, all we really have to grind for is weapon camos.
Hell yes, lad.
Which is a joke compared to what MP has.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason to go for dark matter in zombies because there is no dark matter in zombies.
And even if there was, it's like extremely
it's too grindy,
skewed compared to MP.
And you lose it when you pack a punch.
You guys,
that's another huge point. Huge point.
Yep.
Whoa.
You forgot about the biggest new feature of Black Ops 4, Elixir.
So on that note, one thing that Smart Guy suggested is, what if your dark matter or whatever was something that you could change as a specific map's pack camo? So you'd set it in the menus and then you pack a punch and the camo is then dark matter or whatever instead of whatever's on the map.
Kind of like
that's one idea.
Kind of like how you can make your icon.
And it could be something that you unlock in the map. Just basically, there needs to be quests and things to do that have meaningful rewards, like getting signature weapons from zombies. Say every time you beat the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, there's a 5% chance that you can unlock a super cool signature weapon that is like Blood of the Dead related, and then you can now use that in zombies to show, hey, I got this really, really cool thing, and inspire people to play through the Easter egg and beat the Easter egg.
Just the simple addition of like, you complete the Easter egg and it gives you a big XP boost, or it gives you a nice bit of plasma, and also there is a random loot roll in there, like packaged in. That would be incredible.
At the time of recording this video, we've had the Halloween calling, which
was one
November
face paints, and that was it.
Yeah, so I mean, while the rewards weren't great, in my opinion, basically the drive that I have to go for cosmetics is never, like, in MP, I couldn't care less what my specialists look like. I couldn't care less what I look like in zombies, especially when you can't even see them in the cutscenes, which is fine. But that being said, I want things to go for that I can physically see, or another idea that I was kind of thinking about is like, buffs to your character. Say
Gameplay changes. I want gameplay.
if you manage to solo complete the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, that's pretty hard. That's a pretty high echelon and take people a couple tries to do. If you manage to solo the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, from now on you get a 5% damage reduction from Hellhounds. And
it's
your character means something.
Just make talismans.
Imagine.
Essentially, because the kind of buffs that you get from talismans are the kind of stuff that would be really cool to have. Even if they're small, they add up and they stack on top of each other. And if you do all these really, really hard challenges, there's something to get. And then on top of that, having a random system, so you don't get everything the first time you do it, is replayable.
Right, well, it's just they need to make. They could so easily have put in some kind of progression essentially with the character, right? Mm-hmm. And that's all we're looking for there. Is just something to make it so that you don't feel like you're in the exact same place after 5 years of playing the game compared to where you were when you're day in. Because right now it's November 20 something. We're in late November right now. 20th.
20th.
And the zombies experience hasn't changed since day one. There's been patches,
not in any meaningful progression style.
So I have this.
Wait.
My favorite game is.
I have this sort of favoritism with stuff that Halo did in the classic days. Callings need to be on the game, and they need to be weekly, monthly, and daily, but
hourly and minutely.
Not hourly.
Kill one zombie this minute or you die.
Back in the days of something like Halo Reach was known as weekly challenges. And you would do daily challenges or weekly challenges for credits to use on armory items for your Spartan. Even at the bare minimum, the Boolean Plasma as a reward, and having daily challenges and then having a weekly one, and then you use custom mutations, say complete the Easter egg, snipers only.
Right.
Even if it's insane, even if it's really tough to do, if you had something rotating every single week where everybody wants to get into that routine, every streamer, every player, everybody who's talking about the game, it's something new that's happening on the game every week, and people will be tackling it on Monday or wherever they want to roll around. A new weekly challenge comes in.
Having basically either a credit system or basically something that you can long-term grind for. Say there's something that costs 1 million credits and you get 200 for completing something like that.
Yeah.
It's an incentive to keep on playing the game every single week. Hop on, do these challenges, do these super hard things, and then at the end there's this incredible reward that everybody wants. And if you see somebody with that reward, if I see somebody in Destiny with the rarest item in the game,
recon armor.
It's
recon
exactly
armor,
recon armor.
You freak out. You're like,
thank you for mentioning recon in 2018, dude. No one even knows what that is probably, but it's the best freaking thing. It's the best freaking thing, dude. When you saw somebody with recon armor, Noah,
keep going.
You knew.
Yeah.
That they did all these crazy challenges.
Just keep going.
They're called the Vid Masters. Look up the Vid Master
keep
challenges.
Walking out of frame.
Look up the Vid Master challenge. Do you have recon?
Yeah.
That's right, you did it.
Alright, I'm gonna
That's right, you did it.
JC. I'd want to bring it to you guys. I haven't really mentioned it, but I think that they could have a second ranking system that's more ladder tier, and throughout every week, it'd give you a challenge. It's do Voyage solo with no downs. If you complete that, then you're gonna go up in that rank. If you lose it, you go down in that rank. These would give people,
even
you'll have your regular XP just based rank, but you'll also have a broad
skill rating,
a skill rating. This guy can do all these challenges by himself or whatever it is. I think a second ranking system with its own rewards would be great as well.
Lex and Joe, what do you want to say?
Okay, well listen, right? I think the whole system, just get rid of it, right? And that's it. I just had a crazy idea while I was sitting here and using the last 3 brain cells of my imagine if they didn't even have in Call of Duty, your first person, it's not like Fortnite. Screw the whole character outfits, nobody cares. Right? That's what I think. Only thing that I think would be cool is instead of how in Fortnite you can customize your pickaxe and stuff. Imagine if you could customize the parts of your gun. You could have effects coming out of certain guns. You want to see a clown head on one of your guns, just stick it on it. Or you can choose the way your bullets are. So when they splash and kill a zombie, it'll
maybe different colors.
The paintball death card.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That you can make a big effect instead of just variants of the guns. They could take it one step further and dissect.
It has to be things that you see throughout the game. I think the things that matter are the gun, like you're saying, the bullet effects, things that you can interact with.
Visibly see it all the time.
Or character buffs, and things that you can feel. You either have to feel it or see it, in my opinion, to make it valuable to grind for.
And especially with the face paints, it's like, that is such a specific part of your character, where if you're a solo player, that is not a reward.
Yeah,
it literally does not affect your game in any way at all. Also, another thing that I think would be really good for zombies, just emoting, any kind of emoting system, like
inspecting your weapon.
Inspecting your weapon, doing like gesturing.
You dance with the homunculus and blackout.
It's like,
Oh yeah.
exactly. You can have like a Blood of the Dead emote where like you mime like or like yo, let me finish. Hey, let me finish. Let me finish.
I was the nicest.
I was gonna say you could mime like a portal opening and you stepping through, and like those sorts of things that would clearly be map specific, but would also be just like a very obvious, easy thing to reward the player with. Like that sort of stuff would be really cool.
Not making side quests 500 steps to unlock something minuscule, right?
Yeah.
Like you should add that as rewards for the actual doing.
Upgraded shield, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, like, things like that. Like, say you've done on 9, you did the crying woman Easter egg.
Yep.
I guess that's the best way
It's
to
a
name
man
it.
and it's a prisoner, but go ahead.
Close enough.
It wasn't a woman?
No.
Oh. Well. Anyway, it's cool for storyline and stuff like that, and I haven't even looked into it though because it's not gameplay related, and the reward for doing it is the storyline that you can just see in a video. There's no reason to ever do it in your game. But say there's a list of character buffs. One of them is the 9, like find the secret in the walls in 9. And you find it, you do it, and then from then on out, you have a 5% increase to your like
shield durability.
Shield durability,
or like
like
you can build barriers faster. Like anything like that.
Even if it's minuscule, like you still feel like you're
lots of things to do, lots of
things
things that adds up. Basically, you can take a look at a new character and this character and see this person has put a ton of time into zombies and they've earned their rewards. And that's the same kind of thing in Destiny 2 once again, because the more you play, better stuff you get, and you look like you've played a lot more. They have rewards now for people who beat the raid first in Destiny, and I don't know if I would be completely okay with that because it's a community effort all around, and I think that's putting even more of a spotlight on being first in the world than there is already, and it's something that people debate, and then there's glitches and everything like that. I think that's kind of separate, but having something like if you beat the Easter egg on whatever map on, like, say DLC 1 launches, if you beat the Easter egg in the first 5 days, and anyone, this is not just the first in the world, anyone who beats the Easter egg in the first 5 days, like, will get emailed a specific code, and you use that code, you go to the site, and it allows you to buy like an exclusive shirt that you can only get if you've beaten it in the first 5 days. And Destiny did something like that if you beat the raid in the first, it was before the first reset.
It was almost a week.
Yeah, it was a little bit less than a week. So you had 5 days to beat it, and I beat it. I was in one of the teams. I think there was less than like 200 people that beat it, and those are the only
like
people.
60 teams or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
You'll
what
never
it was.
forget that though.
Yeah, you never forget, and then you have something really cool that no one else will have. There's no problem in spending money on something that you want, and that would be something that I know a lot of these guys would love to have the opportunity to buy.
For sure.
So it's something that makes them money, and it also like is something that we want and we'll buy and then we'll spend money for because it's such a cool thing.
They also had, if you beat it in the first 24 hours, you get an emblem in game.
Yes.
That was literally just an emblem. I mean, it works pretty much the same way in Destiny. Destiny has got it's a slightly different system, but for the most part, you can think of it as just an emblem that you got, and only
6 people have
6 people in the world managed to beat the raid in the first 24 hours, and that could be something that they could start with the first time they do this and just say, hey, we're releasing DLC 1, and in DLC 1, if you beat the egg in the first 3 days, for example, you just get a little pin on your character, or maybe it's a cosmetic. I mean, that would be obviously more work because they'd have to build it, but it could be a cosmetic, or it could just be that emblem to say, you actually did this, we are honoring that work that you put in.
Imagine if you did the 9 upgrade shield once, and you just get it every game.
Some should be permanent and others not. Because like the fire, getting fire immunity, I think that would be really cool to have as like you go through that process once and then it persists. I think that would be awesome.
Someone donated on Zombers. It was basically like Winter's Whale, in order because it triggers so early and then you just lose everything. Winter's Whale would be so much better if you get down to 100 health and you get hit again, then it triggers and it actually will actually help save you rather than just triggering randomly.
Can you rub me next?
Chill out.
Hello lads.
Hello lads.
Hello lads.
Hello lads.
Is your leg okay? Okay. I was gonna say, like, in the division,
yeah,
which is completely different. or even Diablo, like once you kill a raid boss, you get gear set drops. You're guaranteed to get those drops. And I think if you finish an Easter egg, right, you get those drops guaranteed. You get those gear set drops that buff. I don't know what. You can buff a perk. You can buff an elixir. You can buff certain things to make different types of builds. I want builds. I don't want just like random plus 5%. I want a build that I can make, that can be overpowered, that can suck. I want all that stuff.
That's true, because like when Jason said you've earned the right to choose how you play, and mutations, it's like, well, you could go so much further if there was that extra layer of it, right, in the menus, and like you just choose a build sort of type thing, I mean, that could even go on to what Lex was saying, right, where it's like, if you're getting certain things you can put on your guns, if you're...
Clown heads.
Let's say...
Shout outs.
Clown head maybe gives you plus 5% headshot chance, and then an alligator head or something gives you plus 5% alternate ammo type, like recharge speed or something, like just different ones. You could then make a build literally on the gun, and like maybe it customizes the look, maybe it doesn't, but that would again just make the game more strategic, more fun, more reason to grind. If you get the wrong roll one week, you're like, dang it, I've got to do it again the next week, and you're going to keep playing because of that, because you want to get those rewards.
If it ever happens, will be the thing that makes Call of Duty Zombies
alive.
like, no, not that, but truly like
zombies, by the way.
Seriously, like
Dead as heck.
A lot of people still look at it as a horde mode and nothing else, and I feel like a lot of these ideas open up a doorway to just the biggest evolution of the mode, like ever.
Just design decisions in that direction need to start happening in some capacity, because obviously this is a lot, right? We've gone through like 10 different ideas here.
Yeah,
and
there's no way.
Just to ground the expectations, this obviously wouldn't happen by next Tuesday. But if we start seeing changes going in that direction, then life's going to be good.
I think we want to see the game move in a good direction. I think we wouldn't be here. None of us would be here if we weren't fans of the game.
In Alabama.
And Alabama, of all places to end up.
Shout out to the IRS. Big shout out to the IRS.
Huge. Big
one. Shout out.
Why are you in my house right now?
The CRA is after you. Let's cut the bond.
Cut that bod.
Anyway, these are our ideas. This is what we want, and we're gonna end the video before something bad happens.
I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I was just out here in Alabama. I may have gone to the UK. Just don't leave. Let a brother go. Ah!
Oh my god!
This man died.
Who is you? How did you get into my house? How?
This man died right in front of me.
Dude, he has pennies on him, look. What is he doing?
Okay, so Overlord movie review.
IRS.
Like 4 out of 10.